we are live in many
Word.
places. Hey, this is Johnnie and Joshie. I'm Johnnie.
I'm Joshie.
And there's something really awesome on our screen right now. I know you're really excited about it. And so, first of all, we got a show on YouTube coming. It's called Johnnie and Joshie.
Yes.
So you're actually I'm going to bring this closer to your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So we're actually, you're on that page and you're watching this now, but you're also watching it on Johnnie pages too, because, you know, we wanted to make sure that everybody knew that Johnnie and Joshie was on the way and that you should be watching it.
I'm down.
Okay, perfect.
First, before we... You start.
So yesterday I became aware of a trailer for a film called Loqueesha. Now, what you are looking at on the screen right now, while you're looking at us being so handsome in the corner, is also a screen capture of the film that Loqueesha. So there's a lot happening here, and this is the picture of said.
That's the poster.
That's the poster. So
Yeah,
I thought that this was
Here's the logo.
Yeah. So Loqueesha.
So can I talk about that really quickly?
Sure.
I feel like beyond whatever issues I'm gonna have with the trailer, which you have seen and I have not, is the spelling of this name. I feel like this is one of those sort of nuances that white people don't understand about black people.
Yeah, this is the Saturday Night Live spelling of Loqueesha.
Is that how you would characterize it?
That was kind of where I would put it.
I would just put it as just like white people attempting to spell a black person's name.
Oh yeah.
I think that they always, in doing like an interpretation of what a black person's name looks like, they always use the double
E mm-hmm.
to create that long E sound. Where
yes.
if you, in an actual name, like you would almost never see like Loqueesha, for example. But you would almost never see it spelled that way.
No.
You might get a K-E. You
mm-hmm.
might get a K-E-I.
Mm-hmm.
You might get a K-E-Y. You might
mm-hmm.
get a K-I.
Yeah.
The E-E thing is just not real life.
Yeah.
And so I feel like my problems with the film just like have already started. Particularly because I'm getting the impression that the idea is that as Loqueesha,
mm-hmm.
This person becomes like a hit with black people.
So, okay, we're going to watch the trailer. Okay, so folks, by the way, if you have any questions for us, there is a chat box that you can join us in. We are going to watch the trailer for Loqueesha. Now, okay, so first and foremost, I thought we were being trolled when I first saw it, right? So I was like, this is probably not a real thing. But then I found a website. So we are now looking at said website. And then I was like, oh, maybe it's still like a fake website where somebody, and then through further reading, I discovered that this is real.
From writer-director Jeremy
Saville. Are you familiar with Jeremy Saville? You do, you know,
I'm
this.
not.
Okay.
Can I read the rest?
Please.
Loqueesha is the hilarious and heartwarming story of Joe, an astute and underachieving Detroit bartender who values truth above everything. There's going to be a conflict coming later.
Of course.
When Joe finds out he needs to pay for his gifted son's private school education, I hope that there's like school vouchers angle to this film as well.
I'm sure that's going to be in there.
Because there's so many layers.
Mm-hmm.
He submits an audition to a local radio station for his own talk therapy show.
Yes.
Okay? After he's rejected, he invents a larger-than-life black female personality named Loqueesha, who was hired sight unseen by the unwitting radio station owners.
Pause. So, you know what? Keep going.
As Loqueesha's star rises, Joe is increasingly challenged with keeping her identity a secret, maintaining his own sense of self, and grappling with the often bizarre perceptions of an audience who have absolutely no idea who they're talking or listening to. With a diverse cast of breakthrough actors. Come on, copywriter.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning people who are willing to star in Loqueesha.
Right.
Loqueesha takes viewers on an unexpected and thought-provoking journey that challenges societies and our own.
It challenges.
Why was that necessary?
Because I'm sure the copywriter, when they were writing this, was like,
need M dashes and our own society.
Okay.
Societies and our own. First of all, let me not. Society. I'm just going to skip that whole phrase.
Okay.
Society's conventional beliefs about identity and perception, deftly navigating the prevalent themes of race and gender in our culture. Loqueesha reminds us that, in the end, our personal truth is all that matters. Well, that and a good laugh. Now, can I tell you, before we watch the trailer, I know I'm drum rolling too much. I'm probably just trying to, postpone the inevitable.
Joshua, I need you to watch this trailer.
But let me tell you what I like, and let me tell you what it's not going to do for me that I wish it would do. My attention goes to, as Loqueesha's star rises, Joe is increasingly challenged with keeping her identity a secret, maintaining his own sense of self. Now, I know that refers back to the earlier sentence about him valuing truth over everything.
Right.
And he has now basically catfished this audience by becoming this other person. However, you know what movie I would want to see?
What movie?
The movie in which Joe starts becoming Loqueesha and gets so deep into character that he forgets where Joe ends and
Loqueesha begins.
And he starts questioning, wait a minute, who's the real person?
Who's the real Joe here?
Is Joe real? Maybe Joe is fake and Loqueesha has finally, come into her own. I was supposed to be Loqueesha all along.
I would be so Big Mama's house mad if Joe literally became Loqueesha. Okay, so we're going to watch the trailer now because, first of all, Joshua, it is a thing that you must see.
Wait. What is this photoshopped image?
I'm not sure what that means. But it's on Instagram, so this must have happened. We're going to go to his Instagram in a minute.
It must have happened on Photoshop.
Listen, okay, we're just going to watch the trailer now. So to set this up, I've seen this, okay? This image, okay, before we talk about the trailer, this image of this Black woman's head being separated and this white man being in between her is one of the most disturbing things I have ever fucking seen. I have no idea how this happened.
Can I say, I feel like we're having slightly different reactions. My problem with this image is that she has the expression she has and he has the expression he has. To my mind, Loqueesha should be chilling. She's just who she is. She's been invented for this purpose, right? And she's been invented for this purpose. She would be fine. Why is Loqueesha the one screaming? Is it because she talks loud? She looks startled.
What I immediately get from this is a throwback to Sambo characters and Coon characters. I get the sense that she's supposed to be so outrageous.
That's what that's
so they had to make her eyes really big, and she's loud, and let's watch the trailer. And then I think that the image that they used, I'm not even going to say the words, might make more sense, but it'll make it clearer. We are Joshua for the first time. And in all fairness, Joshua, I did not get to the end of this trailer. So,
we got to watch the whole thing.
So we're going to watch the whole, maybe like half of it before I got really angry.
Good.
So
this time we're doing the whole thing.
Yes. And if you are with us and you are just joining us, you can chat along. We have a little chat window where we can see things. So here we go. Loqueesha. Hold on. So Loqueesha is coming through a weird place. She's coming through. I'm going to stop this now and I'm going to start it over because the trailer's weirdly not coming through the place that it's supposed to come. Hold on. Let me see if this works now.
You always seem to say the right thing to just the right person. What's your secret?
I'm really just talking to myself. I don't charge for my advice.
Well, you should, because it was amazing. I saw this, and I thought of you. You will be a hit in no time.
Welcome to the Joe Show. I submitted myself to a radio station for my own show.
Well, congratulations.
They rejected me.
Well, what congratulations, then?
You weren't right for your own show?
Jason's gifted. You need to get the money for this school.
$13,000 a semester?
Asking me
And
I was a black woman. I'd be perfect.
She's brilliant. I know. Get her in here.
Loqueesha gonna be
The biggest thing in radio, but I still need my anonymity.
You nervous? Very. It's not a crime. It's theater.
Who's that guy?
You live with Loqueesha.
Oh,
What's your problem?
Hi, Loqueesha. It's Bree.
Oh, I ain't talking to you, not the way you sound. Next caller.
You go, girl.
You just be good to her. If you good to yourself, you can be good to others. But don't be too good because the police will come around.
Where did you get this?
I got another job.
Doing what?
Consulting work. What the hell would you know about being a white guy anyway?
I know quite a bit.
Loqueesha is a real role model for every African-American woman on this planet.
okay.
Like the whole city has Loqueesha mania.
I am Loqueesha.
Oh, dear.
What was that?
I think I might be a black woman trapped in a white man's body.
You need to talk to me.
That's
The thing that you anticipated happened.
Is this really happening?
I'm on a bridge above the river. I'm gonna jump.
Oh, hell no.
I gotta start listening to her.
Okay. So here are the things that I want to talk about.
And we can hit the X button here. Now, as we talk about these said things, go ahead.
Let me go back because there are a couple of things.
There are things in the trailer that you want to return to?
For sure.
So, that disturbs me so much.
You always seem to say the right thing to just the right person. What's your secret?
Now let's watch.
I'm really
this.
just talking to myself.
Astonishing and
completely unexpected.
Says fucking who?
Nobody, apparently.
You can't just put things in quotes. You can't just put words in quotes. and listen, because here's the thing. I don't even disagree with this quote. I think that everything that came after this is both astonishing
and completely unexpected.
I was astonished by all of it, and the fact that somebody would do this is genuinely completely unexpected. But I do have a problem with even just like you couldn't get one of your friends on Twitter to say it, and then you just like attribute it to a random Twitter handle.
Okay,
like, I have to have a quote in here.
I have something to show you.
No particular.
I'm about to blow your mind a little bit. We're gonna go to the bottom, and if you go to the bottom here, we're gonna go up a little bit to about here. This is Cheryl. Cheryl laughed from the beginning to the end, all the way. Hold on. She's a home health care provider. Hold on. This is Wayne. Wayne's an artist. Wayne said, I always like movies that make me think. I laughed out loud and even got choked up at times. That's rare for me. Go see this movie. You won't regret it.
Well, now that's different. But now, is Wayne the one who found it astonishing?
I don't know who found it astonishing and unexpected, but let's see if we could scroll through.
There
we go. It's Laura Maccabee. She's a writer.
Why couldn't Laura Maccabee get some shine in the trailer?
I don't know. The film and the cast are very compelling and hilarious. It hits all emotional beats and takes us to places I never saw coming. Laura, you are
emotional beats.
All of them.
Gotcha.
So, just so we know, but I'm gonna go backwards in time because there was something when I read these quotes that stuck out at me, and I'm going to go back. So here's Cheryl. This is Terrence. He's a bus driver. It was hilarious, nonstop laughing through the whole thing. We're going to keep. So here's the thing. So there are these tropes that even exist in the quotes that I find very interesting. Mm-hmm. If we look at the different kind of jobs that people have, it's even reflecting in the quote.
It's like the, you know, when The Onion does the what do you think thing when it has the 4 pictures and the quotes with each one of them?
Yeah.
And they like change up the person's name in the quotes, but the pictures stay the same.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like they're made up people and they just like found, which even if they're not, like you're absolutely right. Go back to the, I laughed from the beginning to the end.
All the way.
And it was hilarious. Now stop laughing through the whole thing.
Joshua, you are literally doing the voices that appeared in my head when I read these quotes.
I think those are the voices that are supposed to appear. But if you're a white person, like Veronica Pepe appears to be,
and she's a teacher.
This is an amazing film that all people must see. Come on now, Veronica. Don't just say things. It's funny, poignant, and really captures the essence of a central issue facing us today. Does it though? It hits all the emotional beats and takes us to places I never saw coming.
Honestly, Whoa. Laura, we never saw this coming either. So there's another thing that's so interesting about. I don't know anything about this Jeremy Saville person, but here's something that appeared on his Twitter yesterday and also on his Instagram. So I'm going to go over there. Jeremy posted a picture with Marlon Wayans after this thing started to make the rounds.
That's fair.
With Marlon Wayans. Loqueesha movie meet white chicks. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for all you do. Keep laughing and loving. I don't know when this picture of Marlon Wayans was taken, but it doesn't look like it's a situation where Marlon Wayans was just hanging out. Like, he has a mic in his hand, and I don't know what this picture is supposed to give. But my point is this.
Not to, like, I don't even fully know that this was taken with Marlon's consent necessarily.
Absolutely. I completely agree. So, listen, Loqueesha, everything about this bothers me. Mm-hmm. Every single solitary thing. It makes me want to revisit, and we could certainly do this because, you know, we're on the interwebs. Revisit the Soul Man trailer. I don't remember what the trailer for Soul Man was like.
Let's watch it.
I feel like, okay, y'all.
See, this is going to be the real win. Like,
hold on.
We're going back to watch.
We're going to come here, and then I'm going to find the trailer for Soul Man really quick.
Starring C. Thomas Howell.
C. Thomas Howell and Ray Dawn Chong.
Who used to be in every
movie.
You couldn't make a movie without Ray Dawn Chong. She had right of first refusal. You had to send her your before you can make a movie.
Soul Man trailer. Okay, so we're coming back. We're back. There's immediately.
Please do it. Don't make me wait any longer. I have to.
Harvard Law School.
Yeah! Tuition and fees, $10,493.
Okay, pause.
Harvard lost.
Harvard in 1984 was like $10,000. All y'all who go to Harvard now, sit with that.
It's a big day for all of us. That's why I've decided to
So
let you
people who
pay
go
your
to
own
University
way.
of Phoenix,
Estimated
Right.
annual living expenses.
Oh, so he's gonna
for a loan before? $7,500.
Mr. Watson, you don't pay your bills. Get out.
Total for 3 years of law school.
Wait a second, look at this. Full tuition for the most qualified applicant.
Most qualified black applicant.
$53,979.
Don't you think you're overreacting?
No.
Congratulations, Mr. Watson.
and then
Do my best.
Some people do not to Harvard.
It's gonna be great. These are the 80s, man. It's the Cosby decade.
For Mark Watson, all it took was a little soul.
wow.
My good friend, Kareem Abdul.
Oh,
Washington's on a coin toss, so he'll take Leon.
I just want Sam and Dave to have made all the money in the world.
Oh, he's military.
What?
Black Negro.
A black Negro?
You know, there's something really
A
strange.
black Negro. Here's Radon Chong, everybody.
God, is she beautiful? You gotta believe me.
You must have learned a great deal.
Oh my God, I didn't know James Earl Jones was in this.
Oh, you're white.
What's going on?
Can we blame him for the color of his skin? Mom, Dad, I'm black.
What? No, you're crazy.
Mark Watson. Come on now!
From the producer of Risky Business,
Yeah.
Soul Man. He didn't give up. He got down.
He didn't give up. Who's in there? Wait. Leslie Nielsen was in this. We have Radon Chong and C. Thomas Howell, of course.
Okay, now interestingly, this was written by Carol Black of the Black and Marlin's production team, who I think were behind. Was it Growing Pains?
Interesting.
Could you Google? They're like a TV. I think they're most famous for like TV stuff. They got into TV stuff.
Carol Black. I typed in Carol Black TV. Ellen. The Ellen Show, The Wonder Years.
That's what she did.
Oh, okay, people. We're coming back. Okay. We're just coming back.
And
here.
the original Ellen sitcom.
Yep. So, listen, that he didn't. What he didn't? He got down. He didn't
give up.
He got down.
He got down.
Okay. Wow.
So can I say, after watching the Soul Man trailer,
yes,
now I'm starting to feel like there should maybe be like a Soul Man reboot.
No, don't Hollywood.
Hear
do
me
not
out.
listen to Joshie.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Listen. Here's what. Whether or not you agree with the premise of the story is a different thing, right? That trailer appears to tell the story that Loqueesha is attempting to tell, but is not succeeding because it makes no sense. First of all,
Soul Man doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. Let me tell you why. If you want to have a conversation, as the Loqueesha film appears to be trying to do, about quotas or racial set-asides or the sort of downside of diversity initiatives, then you do it in the world of academia, where that question is still very much like a hot button topic. How much should you be willing to use these things? Is it fair? Is it unfair? Do white students get overlooked? Do Asian students get overlooked? There's been several lawsuits, some of which I think are still winding their way through the judicial system. So if you're going to have that conversation, that's a reasonable place to do it. In Loqueesha, Joe reads this.
It looked like a fortune cookie. I don't know where the black woman who said that he should have his own show got this little ripoff.
Who even knows? Maybe. See, so here's the thing. Have we considered that woman doesn't even exist, and that this entire film is just about him like spiraling into mental illness? Maybe that's the topic that we really need to talk about today.
Okay, that could be very well the topic that we need to the conversation that we need to have.
Movie.
However,
or like it would be like a Fight Club ending, right? Where it's like
he's got to fight the Loqueesha character in his.
No. Where it's just like he realizes that like the woman never existed. He's never been to the radio station. Mm-hmm. He invented it all in his head because he's crazy. But that's not what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do is tell a similar story about how this white dude who needs to get his gifted child
into an elite school.
Exactly.
Which is about the same cost as Harvard was in 1984, by the way.
Fascinating. So
fucking scary.
He needs to get his kid into this school, and apparently this radio job is really lucrative.
I want radio folks to chime in and tell me if your startup talk show.
Because listen, there are other jobs, right? That he could get that he probably could be qualified for. But apparently, this is the job he has to get because the job of talk therapist on a radio station pays like $350,000 a year.
Enough that he could. Oh, because he did give the wife in the. Okay, I'm not spiraling down into the whole Loqueesha. I'm not going to do it.
What's the point?
No.
Why do this if not to spiral down into the hot molten core of Loqueesha?
This movie can't happen.
So it's already
no.
Talking about it. It's already happening.
It exists. It's been edited apparently, and they have a trailer. But you don't have to see this, okay?
No, so listen. This movie is, as many things are in the era of like democratized production and distribution of content. This movie both exists and doesn't, right? Like, we're sitting here, it's been made.
It has been made.
We're sitting here talking about it. I don't expect like a wide release for Loqueesha.
No.
If any release at all.
Right.
So I'm not super concerned about people seeing it.
Sorry.
I don't know if I see like a Netflix or an Amazon deal in the offing.
No.
It seems like it's not built for that.
No.
That said, I do.
I'm sorry.
It almost strikes me as like a Pure Flix movie where it's like that kind of like perspective first storytelling, such that they just do things that don't make sense because it sort of is supposed to reflect a worldview that doesn't match the world that most of us live in. So most of us don't live in a world where people on the radio at any level make an amount of money that is so exorbitant that you would be able to, now it can absorb the really expensive cost
of my
gifted child's
high school-ish education.
Whatever. And so we also don't live in a world where this can't happen. Magical Negroes appear with like job listings and say like
the black woman totally in this film shows up in a bar and is like, you need to be on the radio giving advice
because you're so good at giving advice as a bartender. Now here's the thing. There's so many logical flaws in the setup. Can I just say, in what world does being good at giving people advice make you like not qualify, like such that you need to like do something else, right?
Right.
If you're really good at advice, that's what
bartenders do. Listen, I want to go and talk to the bartender who is like, yes, you give me sound advice, whoever, like, yay.
And granted, that's definitely a skill that you could apply to other things, right?
Absolutely.
But it would be like going to a jazz dancer and saying, you're a really good jazz dancer. I know an ice skating team that's having tryouts, and
that's not a thing.
And your skills are going to waste. Are they though? Like
I'm doing what I'm doing.
No, there are other things you can do with your body. You should do those things instead because they pay so much that you can pay for your kid to go to private school. So then he gets this job listing that says minorities and women encouraged to apply, as all jobs postings do nowadays, right?
Do they do that in job postings these days?
They do say minority and women encouraged to apply often. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're specifically looking to hire a minority or a woman, right? But the fact that you would see that phrase in a job posting and be like, oh, they're trying to avoid hiring white men on purpose, and that's insane.
But his bridge to that, at least from what we could see in the trailer, and that's all we got, praise the Lord, is this green screen Maury-esque talk show that then gives him some revelation that if he was a black woman, he would get this amazing radio job. That's the dumbest shit I have ever seen, heard. Okay, to be real and really serious, no, we are not going to let this happen.
I think that is the part I find easiest to swallow, TBH, because honestly, I'm trying to engage with Loqueesha. Okay.
Loqueesha isn't a real person.
I'm engaging. So there is a conversation always happening around depictions of black women in media.
Absolutely.
The Nene of it all, the
yes.
Wendy Williams of it all,
absolutely,
like the Evelyn of it all.
Yes,
that's and you know the rise of. I think that he definitely picked the wrong reference point. That didn't make a ton of sense. You could have easily just as easily recreated Real Housewives of Atlanta, for example.
But the person had to be able to, be behind a microphone and be invisible. So the people couldn't see. That was the big thing. They couldn't see Loqueesha.
I'm saying in terms of the when he watches the talk show.
Yes. That was a very odd.
That would not be, because are we to believe that that's an old reference, right?
Yes.
Are we to believe that he's never seen a trashy talk show before? You're a bartender. You're home all day long. You work at night.
Yes.
What, you have a TV where you work if you're there during
that's
the
playing
day.
Trashy talk shows.
How have you never seen Maury? How
yes.
have you never seen Jerry Springer? And all of a sudden he's like, wow, this is a thing that appeals to people? Maybe I could be. So he invents Loqueesha. And
that hurts my spirit.
Calls, I guess it's like a Mrs. Doubtfire situation where he calls the radio station and impresses them so much with his over-the-phone audition that they hire him to do this show.
Right. So in the trailer, at least, they have some sort of iPhone-y contraption where the Loqueesha voice is coming across, and then the old white man is like, "That's exactly what we need." This shit is bad on so many fucking levels, y'all.
Let me tell you another change they could have made. I think they should have done like Soul Man. So here's the other thing that you do, right? If you want to do the false identity style story, whether it's Loqueesha, whether it's Joanna Man, whether it's Tootsie,
whether it's Joanna Man,
whether it's Big Mama's house,
which I legitimately thought was funny,
like Rob Schneider's whole thing.
What was his thing?
Rob Schneider did the whole I'm pretending to be some sorority boys. Or, this is a long-standing comedic trope. But what they failed to do in Loqueesha that they succeeded in doing in those films is you have to create the love interest who falls in love with the alter ego, and then but the real person falls in love, and then they have to reconcile that. I feel like the Loqueesha movie should have included a subplot where a older black man named Cleophas falls in love with Loqueesha. Stay with me. And
I'm falling off this wagon. I'm falling so
they
far
talk. They talk on the phone a lot, and he falls in love with Loqueesha.
God.
But then Joe kind of starts to fall in love with Cleophas, and then it gets like emotionally complicated because no, you don't like this?
Folks. Joshua, I'm so glad I got to introduce Loqueesha to you. First of all, I hadn't seen I hadn't seen what Soul Man looked like in a really long time, and that disturbed the shit out of me to see C. Thomas Howell in like shoe polish makeup
Soul
and
Man
blackface.
looks solid to me. Independent of, I'm not saying I condone the story. I'm saying if you're gonna tell that story, you tell it that way.
Right. Well, and that story could only have been okay. No, I'm not condoning Soul Man, although I have seen Soul Man. So what's weird about Soul Man, and I'm not gonna go there. But what's weird is when I was a kid, I remember like it being on cable TV, like it was a hit movie. So like it came on cable and all of that stuff. You could like watch Soul Man regularly. And C. Thomas Howell and Ray Don Chong were big at that point.
They were very big.
Where are they both now? See Thomas Howell and Ray Don Chong. If y'all see this, comment to let us know how you guys are doing.
So here's the thing. C. Thomas Howell, actually, after doing that film, decided he would be able to get more roles if he was actually black. So the person that you now know as Blair Underwood has actually been...
Goodbye. Thank you all for watching Johnnie. So now we're broadcasting this in multiple places, right? Johnnie and Joshie is a show that will be on our YouTube channel. So follow Johnnie and Joshie. If you type it in there, you can follow it. We're trying to get our first show on the air. It's got all this like YouTube is like, no, but we're working on it. So this is our first show now. Like, so this Loqueesha.
Then as Blair Underwood,
goodbye everybody. Goodbye. Don't watch Loqueesha. Bye-bye.